Oh man. All right, we got one, we got one. We got one, Stephen. All right. Oh, what is it? No, it isn't. No, oh, it's a grouper. What is this? Bonita? Look at all those amberjack after it. Oh, here he is, man. I dropped it back down after that hit. Just to kind of start all over. Where are we going? I think this is a nice one, Stephen. Definitely a nice one. Welcome to Forgotten Coast Fishing. I'm David, he's Stephen, and if you've been watching my channel, you've been seeing us fish on our bay boat for almost the past year. But as you can see, we're back on the Grady. We got some nice new Yamaha 150s on the back, put on by Mexico Beach Marina, did a fabulous job. We also got an autopilot installed so we can get around to these reefs a lot easier. But before we get started, I wanted to show you a product that I received in the mail not too long ago. These boots by Kalkal. What I noticed right when I put these things on is they really are very cushioned. They have some memory foam in there. Not only that, but they have kind of a higher arch and some little kind of massaging pattern on the sole. So I'm excited to give these a try, and I'll kind of update you as the day goes along. But we're gonna be fishing for some red snapper today. I'm gonna kind of throw out my free line as I usually do with a dead cigar minnow. And then I'm also gonna get a Carolina rig on the bottom like you've seen me do a lot too. So we're gonna get that down there and see if we can pull some up. Oh man. All right, we got one, we got one. We got one, Stephen. All right. So we've done quite a few things. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. And we've been running from storms mostly. Tried a couple reefs, but we're unsuccessful. Once those storms picked up, we've been running from them for about an hour and a half. Finally that settled down and we got something on our free line here. Same setup we started out with, a cigar minnow, and we got a red snapper here, Stephen. Look, something's after it. Oh, what is that after it? I think that was an amberjack. All right, this dude's gonna be big enough. So he's our keeper. Check him out, Stephen. We got us a red snapper here, kind of late in the afternoon, but better late than never. He's gonna be about an 18 or 19 inch or something like that. He's gonna go in the box for sure. All right, so if we pinch that tail, yeah, he's 19 and a half. Yep, a solid 19 and a half red snapper. And if you see what I've got here, I've got a boga grip. Hadn't had that in some time either. That was another thing I got in our break of fishing. So that'll help us out a lot. Kind of keeps my hands from getting so stuck with those guys more than anything. All right, well, let's get our free line back out there, Stephen. See, I've just got a half piece of cigar minnow hooked through kind of that hard part of the tail. And this is just like a 7/0 circle hook, 60-pound mono on here. Just casting that out, and it's gonna sink and kind of get into those snapper that are kind of coming up a little bit. All right, Stephen, we got him. There was a lot of nibbles on the way down, just like we had at that first reef. And I'm assuming it's triggerfish, and that's what this could be. And they're out of season right now. Let's see what that, no, it's a red snapper, Stephen. Let's see. Let's see if this dude's 16. Yeah, he's too short anyway. He's about 14 inches or something. There, we got him, we got him, we got him. So what I did there, he was kind of nipping at it. So I let the drag out, or I let the slack out a little bit, opened my bail so he could kind of run with it for a second. And he got hooked now and swallowed it. Oh man, is this a beeliner or a little snapper? Another little snapper. I'm not complaining at all. And thankfully, even with giving him that slack, he didn't swallow it down to his stomach, which is nice, because we have to let this guy go back. He doesn't look like he has any bear trauma, mostly because he was caught on that free line and was kind of already at the surface anyway. There he goes. Well, the other thing I did while we were waiting on this Grady to get fixed is I got an ice machine. But you can see I've got about 200 pounds of ice in here. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got one here. Feels kind of decent. He's not a monster or anything, but our free line was kind of getting hit right there. See if we can get this dude in first. This is on my Penn Squall 2 25. All right, got about this same kind of 14-15 inch red snapper on the bottom. We did get that nice keeper, so we're gonna kind of keep doing this and see if we can weed through these little guys to get a couple more big guys. Here we go. All right, all right. Oh man, he's taking out some good drag. I had it real loose. Oh, did he get off? No, he's still here. Okay. All right. Where are we going? I think this is a nice one, Stephen. Definitely a nice one. Oh man, it's going around this way. Over here where I've got the other line. Definitely a nice one. I don't think it's an amberjack. We would. Oh, what is it? No, it is an amberjack. No, oh, it's a grouper. What is this? Bonita? Look at all this amberjack after it. Yeah, I think this is a bonita. Definitely some amberjack down there. We could throw some. He's more worried about the amberjack after him. Yeah, look at this bonita, man. Look at this dude. We're gonna use this guy as bait. Here's our chum right here, Stephen. Good gracious, look at this dude. Man, ow. Look at this bonita. That is a monster. I kind of said to myself, man, is this a blackfin tuna? He had the size for it, but nonetheless, just a bonita. Now these are different than the bonito that you get on the Atlantic side. This is our Florida bonita, and these are really best for bait, in my opinion. You can eat them, but they're not near as good as the bonito on the Atlantic side. And we're gonna put this guy in the box, let him settle down for a second, and then go ahead and cut him up, and this is gonna be our chum. But look at this dude. Look how big this guy is. Man, that is a nice one, isn't it, Stephen? We've caught a pretty nice one before. I don't know if he's bigger than another one. He's about 27 inches. So let's get this dude on in. Wow. Man, too bad they're not good to eat. That'd be definitely a lot of meat, but a lot of meat for bait though. So there's definitely some smaller fish down there. Kind of evidence by the smaller snapper we're getting, but I think it's some triggerfish and some tomtates or something like that. So I've got a Johnny jig I'm gonna throw down here. This is a 120, a little heavier for the 85 feet we're sitting in, but we've got a really strong current, and I need a little bit more weight to kind of keep it vertical. So we'll see if this jig can kind of get past some of those triggerfish, maybe entice something bigger. Oh, here he is, man. I dropped it back down after that hit. Just to kind of start all over, and he was on. He hit it on the fall. I didn't even start working it. I just started reeling it, and he was there. Oh man, maybe this is those amberjack that we saw. Here he comes. Here comes some color. What have we got, Stephen? What have we got? It is an amberjack. Yeah, just what I was thinking. Yeah, not the biggest one, but these are the ones that are fun to catch. You get much bigger than this, and they just wear you out. But definitely a lot of fun to catch. Haven't had a bite on the free line in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut up this bonita and get some chum going out there. Let's see if we can stir them back up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of this thickness of this meat off, just kind of filleting it kind of lengthwise, getting some chunks of meat like that. The reason I'm gonna do that, because I wanna save some of this for some bait, and I wanna have the skin on it so we can hook the hook through here, and the hook will hold. It wouldn't hold without the skin. but we don't need it so thick. You can see that's thick enough. So we'll reserve that for some bait and use the rest here for some chum. Got him, got him, got him, got him, got him. All right. Not the biggest pull. Another bonita? No, red snapper, red snapper, red snapper. This one might be a keeper too, Stephen. Might be a barely sized keeper if we can get him in. Looking like he might be a little small. Are you a keeper? He is not. We pinch that tail, get him as long as we can make him, and he's 15 3/4 or so. He doesn't need to be vented. There he goes. Well, I've been on my feet for a couple hours straight while we've been catching these snapper, and I will tell you, I think Kalkal kind of got it right with these boots, trying to make a product out there that separates themselves from the standard kind of flat-soled ankle boots that are out there. With this arch and the really kind of cushioned sole, my feet just don't feel, I don't know, tired like they have in the past. And the other thing, I have a sort of wide foot, and I kind of struggle with these kind of boots from time to time. But even with my wider foot, they fit nice. And I'll leave a link down in the description so you can grab some for yourself. Oh, okay, got him this time. All right, got him this time. All right, Stephen, if this dude doesn't get off. All right, come on, nice snapper. I think that's what it is. Yep, red snapper, red snapper, red snapper. He's gonna be a keeper. All right, not the biggest one out there, but keeper number 2. Let's just double check him. I think he's probably gonna be 17, maybe 18. Yeah, so he's a solid 18. Like I said, not the biggest one out there, but this size right here is really some of your better eating ones, just because you don't have such a huge fillet like you do when you get in those 20 plusers. And then each side makes a kind of decent single portion. We definitely have some smaller fish down there, and they're giving some nice strikes on our knocker rig down there, but I think they're too small to get hooked on that 7/0 circle hook. So I got this double drop chicken rig, and it's got a little bit smaller hook on it. And this is made up with that same 60-pound mono. And I've got a couple pieces of squid down there. So I'm hoping maybe it's some nice size vermilion snapper, and we can start to pull some of those guys up. Okay, we got him. Yep, he's here. So this is that chicken rig. I ended up going down to 30-pound and little 2 or 3/0 circle hooks, just because whatever's down here is pretty small, and they were really not able to get those bigger hooks that I had on before. Is this a triggerfish? Yeah, he's a triggerfish. Well, I'm gonna try this a time or two. Hopefully there's some vermilion down there too. You want to get a triggerfish, Stephen? They're biting pretty good. All right, Stephen, here you go. Here you go. We can get him in. Stephen had a pretty big fish a second ago, the biggest one of the day on this chicken rig, but he broke. We started out with 30-pound. We went up to 40-pound. Now we went back up to 60-pound. Oh, what did we get, Stephen? An almaco. All right. We got, yes, that's an almaco. He's going in the box. Check him out, Stephen. You got yourself an almaco, the only one of the day. Nicely done. You know, we like these guys, don't we? Yes, we do. Almaco jack. Not a very big one, but there's no minimum size on them, and he's still decent enough to get a good fillet out of. Well, I can always kind of tell if this is an almaco or not only by the size, because these are a lot smaller, but also this dorsal fin. You see how it's a lot taller in proportion to his body. When they get bigger, they get a little more brown, and that's another way to tell. Well, let's go ahead and get your almaco in the box, Stephen. Check him out. Good job. Caught on the bonita. Well, we're gonna go ahead and head on back with that nice almaco that Stephen got in the box. Got a couple nice red snapper in there too, but I can't tell you how nice it is to get out on this Grady again. We got a lot of good times ahead of us with those brand new engines and that autopilot. And I'll leave a link down to the Kalkal Boot Company in the description below. I really invite you to check them out. They are really held up well. Kept me from getting fatigued on this all-day fishing trip. But if you enjoyed this video, give me a what, Steven? A thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss our future videos. So until next time, hope to see you on another episode of Forgotten Coast Fishing.